Hello everyone, it's Constance. For this segment, I'm going to begin a series in which I'm going to call the Hormone Vlog, or maybe the Hormone Diaries. Maybe the Hormone Diaries. I think that sounds a little bit better. So basically what I'm going to do is document my journey on gender affirmation hormone therapy. And I'm entering my second month on estrogen and testosterone blockers. So this has been an interesting journey, and I'm going to go over some of the details as far as the changes I've seen thus far and what's to be expected. One of the things that was expected to change is that your skin is supposed to soften. And I've noticed that on certain areas of my body, not completely all over. And it's a weird sensation, actually. It's like, I guess, like, for instance, my knees are super soft. And it's like, I don't know, like they say, like a baby's bottom. I know it sounds weird, but but yeah, that's one of the few changes that I've seen thus far. I've also taken to doing measurements as far as my body. Typical female measurements, so bust, waist, and hips. So far, I mean, I'm wearing breast forms, so these are not real breasts. So the measurement for my bust is just my flat chest, and then I do my waist and then hips. Now, there's supposed to be what they say is a weight redistribution, and I'm not entirely sure what that means. If like the weight from your midsection goes down to your hips or what. I've also lost weight in the process due to the fact that I've stopped drinking soda on the daily, and I've gone back to eating a pescatarian diet. If you're not familiar with the pescatarian diet, it's basically a vegetarian that still eats fish and seafood. So I lost weight because of that, so I don't know, I can't tell if any of the weight from my midsection has gone down to my hips entirely. But as far as the measurements tell me, I've taken measurements twice, once at the beginning or once at the end of March, and then today. So it's been almost a month. And the only difference is that I lost an inch in my waist and gained an inch in my hips. So I'm still pretty much a beanpole. There isn't much definition to my hips. I can't tell if the weight has gone to my butt instead. The weird thing is that when I put on my underwear, they don't go all the way up to my waist anymore. They stop kind of like right before my waist, so I can definitely tell that there's a difference in the hip/buttocks area. but it's hard to tell where it's at. So I have to eventually invest in new underwear. When I weighed myself in March, I came in at 146 pounds, which was less than the 100, let's see, 156 that I was at my highest. And then as of today, I'm down to 139. So I've lost a good amount of weight, and I can see it in my face. They said that there's supposed to be some changes to the facial structure. I don't see how that's possible. But my face does look thinner. But I contribute that to the weight loss. Other than that, what to expect? Loss of sex drive or depletion of sex drive. Sterility. Sterility is permanent if it happens, which I'm aware of and fine with. The formation of breasts is also permanent. So if I were to stop taking estrogen, whatever breasts I develop, they are permanent. Some of the other aspects would go away over time if you were to stop taking estrogen. So yeah, what to expect down the road. The biggest thing that I'm excited about is the formation of the breasts. And right now, there is a little bit of breast tissue that has developed, and my nipples have started to change, and they have become extremely sensitive. I'm talking extremely sensitive. Like if I were to just brush up against one of them, ouch. Yeah. It's not pleasant. I was told that they would be tender. I didn't think that it was going to be painful, but I thought that I was just being a wuss about it, but I encountered another person's blog on YouTube, and they stated the same thing, that they went through the same thing. So it's not just me. It's not just me. So yeah, so the changes in my nipples are it's strange. It's when you're used to your body looking a certain way and it's changing. It's kind of frightening in a way, but when you know what is down the road, it's kind of exciting at the same time. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But the areola is getting a little bit larger. I've always had relatively small nipples, so this is going to be a strange change for me, depending on how big they get. Obviously, I'm not going to show you. YouTube would not like that. And besides, I'm not that kind of girl. So yeah. But yeah, looking forward to the breast formation. One thing that I've been told is that because this has occurred post-puberty, and especially because it's later in life for me, um, that the breast will kind of grow outward instead of forward. So there probably is going to be a gap um, where the cleavage should be. Um, and that can be remedied depending on the kind of bra that you wear, where, it can, push the breasts together. Um, so you would have definite cleavage. But if you were to, go without a bra, they would naturally fall to the side. Um, that to me is a little bit disconcerting. So it's depending on the frame and size of the individual, it all depends on how big that gap is. So hopefully my gap won't be that big. Um, and the other thing is the size of your breast is also determined on genetics. So if you were to take a look at the females in your family and their chest size, typically that's what should develop for you. The women in my family all have pretty robust chests, I would say. Not that I've really, studied them, but good for their shape and size. Nothing, too outrageous or extreme, but appropriate for their body type, I would say. So I should fare out pretty well if that's the case. But also because of my size and my lack of body fats, it could be I don't develop much at all, and that would be so disappointing. But then there's also progesterone that I could be put on that would help to accelerate breast growth as well, which could be an option for me if that were to be the case. So, yes, we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, going in on my second month of hormones, and this is super, super exciting for me. I think eventually, somewhere down the road, I'm going to do a little bit of history of my awareness of being transgender. Throughout my life. But in this moment right now, realizing that I've taken this step and building my body to be what I want it to be, and to finally feel comfortable in my own skin, is something that I've never really felt before. And to know that it's going to happen is really, really remarkable. I don't want to cry. But yeah, I'm proud of myself for taking this step, and I'm excited for the process. It can't it can't do its thing fast enough. I'm a very impatient person. So the process is super slow. Like, I'm only into my second month, and it feels like it's already been like 6 months. Um, and I should be taking pictures of my progress. In fact, I might do that starting next month. Um, Maybe I'll wear like a sports bra and a pair of like basketball shorts, um, and take pictures as time goes on and see how the differences go. That way there's physical evidence of it instead of just me rattling off numbers of my measurements. So yeah, so if any of you have questions about this aspect of my journey, feel free to ask in the comments below. Um, if any of you are considering gender affirmation hormone therapy, please consult your doctor first. It's very important. Um, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with your friends if this is a topic that might interest one of them or many of them. And as always, love and light to you all.